Good morning, you are watching OpTv Global News with me Sobia Ali. Let's start by taking a look at the headlines first. Let's get to the top stories of the day. First of all, international headlines. Ukraine reports more Russian shelling during talks in Belarus. A Russian raid on Ukraine military base has reportedly killed 70 Ukrainian troops. Ukrainian president has signed a decree following foreign war volunteers in Ukraine to join Ukraine's international defense login without visa. Some young volunteers from America and Canada traveled straight to Ukraine to enlist. The United States has expelled 12 Russian diplomats at the United Nations over national security concern. Former US President Donald Trump has said that President Joe Biden and NATO acted dumb compared to the Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin. He also argued that Russia respected America when he was at its helm. Poland has issued full support to evacuate Pakistanis stranded in Ukraine. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi held a telephonic conversation with his Polish counterpart to discuss bilateral ties and evacuation plan. And now it's time for news from Pakistan. The head of the Church of England and British High Commissioner have called on Chief of Army Staff General Qamar Javed Bajwa at GHQ. Matters of mutual interest, religious and interfaith harmony were discussed in the meeting. Prime Minister of Pakistan Imran Khan has announced a host of economic relief measures with reducing petrol, diesel price by ₹10. The Premier stressed an independent foreign policy in the ongoing Ukraine-Russia crisis. The British newspaper Daily Mail claimed that opposition leader Shehbaz Sharif's assets increased after becoming Chief Minister of Punjab. Daily Mail has submitted the names of employees who have deposited money in banks in Dubai and Pakistan. The PMLN Vice President Maryam Nawaz Sharif's another audio conversation has been leaked. Maryam could be heard using abusive language for the former president and People's Party's co-chairman Asif Ali Zardari. Chairman Pakistan People's Party Bilawal Bhutto Zardari has thrown down the electoral gauntlet to Prime Minister Imran Khan. Bilawal challenged the Prime Minister to dissolve Assembly and hold a snap poll.
Equal justice under law. We haven't yet lived up to that promise, marginalized communities across our nation. I'm Faisal Gill. I saw how the color of your skin, so I went to law school because I wanted to fight to make the law work for all, because I wanted to give back, because Black lives matter, because we need to incarcerate less and educate more. Deserves justice.
And now it's time for health news. A New York study revealed that Pfizer BioNTech shots are less effective in age 5 to 11. 2 doses of the Pfizer and BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine quickly lost most of its ability to prevent infections in the age group. And it's time for Science and Technology World's news. Toyota's motor has suspended domestic factory operations are suspected cyber attack. Japanese government has started investigations of whether Russia was involved in the incident. And it's time for sports news. FIFA and UEFA have expelled Russia from the World Cup until further notice. European football comment body also ended its pardon. FIFA and UEFA have expelled Russia from the World Cup until further notice. European football's government body also ended its partnership with Russian energy giant Gazprom. And it's time for Entertainment World's news. Hollywood Warner's Bros. Is halting the release of the Batman in Russia. The Walt Disney's Co. and Sony Pictures halt movie release in Russia. The release of the Batman is also paused in Russia in light of the humanitarian crisis in Ukraine. And it's time for business news. The government of Pakistan has decided to offer third tax amnesty scheme by offering industrialists to return their black money at 5%. It also allows overseas Pakistanis to invest in the country's manufacturing sector. So that's all we have in this edition of OpTv Global News. Keep watching and stay safe.
Equal justice under law. We haven't yet lived up to that promise, marginalized communities across our nation. I'm Faisal Gill. I saw how the color of your skin, so I went to law school because I wanted to fight to make the law work for all, because I wanted to give back. Because black lives matter. Because we need to incarcerate less and educate more. Deserves justice.